So I was saying that the third person pronouns, hitu, hita, they are much more similar to the Pan-Semitic ones than the Ge'ez ones. So unlike what many people seem to think or like to think, Tigre and Tigrinya, which are very similar both to each other and to Ge'ez, are not descended of Ge'ez. And that can be easily seen through these interesting features that they have retained and Ge'ez has not. There are not many of these features, but they do exist and they are very important to notice. And so, for example, the hey in the third person. Any question? Okay. Now, modern Ethio-Semitic languages have this weird feature that they have to use a copula in nominal sentences and clauses. This is different from all other Semitic languages, which can have a nominal sentence with no copula. And this is considered to be one of the most characteristic features of Semitic in general. Not only do they use a copula, they use it at the end of a sentence, which is even weirder. So, for example, if I want to say I am Ro'i, I have to say Ana Ro'i Ana or something like that. So, a little bit more from Tigray. This is what I was trying to say when I said that the different stems are lexicalized. So in modern Ethio-Semitic scholarship, it is very, very common to just call them type A, type B, type C, and type D, as if they were completely unrelated or different stems. So it's not like that this one is an intensive or causative and that this one is reciprocal or something else and that this one is frequentative or whatever. They're just different types of verbs and completely lexical. Of course, they do have some relics of the original meanings that I have mentioned. And all of these stems also have the T prefixed stems, just like in Ge'ez, and A prefixed stems, like the causatives, just like in Ge'ez, and the At and Atta ones, these are the reflexive causative. So once again, different from Ge'ez, there is no Asta stem, but an At or Atta stem. Another thing that you can see is that the Yud of the third person singular has shifted into an L, which is interesting, both in the jussive and in the imperfect. And as I said, there's this stem with the reduplication of the second radical, which does not exist in Ge'ez. The reduplicated stem, usually called a frequentative or type D. Any question? Okay. This is an example for the inflection. So type A, kanatsko, kanatska, kanatski, pretty much transparent. Kanza, kanzat. You can see that either the second type of gabra has become the prominent one, or there was some kind of vowel deletion. That's also a possibility. Kanatskum, kanatskan, kantsau, which is interesting, and not kantsu, and kantsaya, which is also interesting for the third person masculine plural and feminine plural. And the imperfect kannets, the kannets. And another interesting feature is that when you add a suffix, this gemination is simplified. So you will get up masculine singular to kannit, but you will get up feminine singular to kansi, simplified geminate. And the jussive, once again, the a form like the Gabra Igbar has taken over, and the imperative completely derived from the Jussive. Any question regarding Tigre verb inflection? Okay. This is a little bit about Tigrinya. In Tigrinya, as you can see, there are a lot of consonants. These include the palatalized consonants, so ch, ch, and j, and sh, and ny, and the spirantized consonants. So k can be spirantized to ch, k can be spirantized to ch, qua can be spirantized to qua, qua can be spirantized to qua, and so on. A little bit about the grammar of Tigrinya or the inflection. This is from Tisaya Teferra's book. Sabirku, sabirka, sabirki, sabirkum, sabirkin. This is pretty much regular. Sabere, with this final vowel that is characteristic of South Semitic, perhaps. Saberet, sabaru, sabara, very conservative, one can say. And sabarna, sabarkum, sabaratkum, and sabarakatkum being different variants. Tigrinya has a lot of speakers, around 10 million, so there are a lot of dialects, of course, as well. Sabaru, sabaruta, sabara, sabarata. Now, this formal thing, familiar and formal, which kind of looks like the singular and plural, which it is, of course, is another interesting feature of Ethio-Semitic that, unlike other Semitic languages, has a very, very developed system of formal speech. So if you talk to someone that is older than you, you cannot use the regular second person. You have to use the formal second person, which is either the third person or a different person altogether. Depends on the language and on the context. Okay, any question about that or anything else? Okay. Yeah.
I would have like a very basic or general question that I just realized I don't really know the answer to, which is what are like the common or like what features are used to differentiate West Semitic from East Semitic?
That's a very good question. First of all, the perfect iptaras that does not exist in West Semitic. The use of the suffix conjugation is past, which is passive throughout West Semitic and does not really exist in East Semitic. These are the usually cited two main features, but there's also the utum, utim adjectival plural, which does not exist in West Semitic.
Or can I rephrase my question?
Yeah.
Like, what are the common features of, like, why is West Semitic one group as opposed to like there's East Semitic, West Semitic, and another?
That's a very good question. I don't
on the
really
same
have,
level.
I don't
Okay.
really have a good answer for that. But first of all, yeah, the use of the suffix conjugation is past. The relative and demonstrative marker with the, which and the plural with el, which is throughout all of West Semitic, and a lot of lexicon. So almost all of the lexicon that is missing from Akkadian is pretty much common in West Semitic. But that is a more difficult question than the first one you asked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay. I haven't said this. Tigray has a very nice dictionary by Littmann and Höfner, the Tigray Wörterbuch. It's in English and in German. And Tigrinya has a very good dictionary by Kane, and so does Amharic, which we will speak of probably next time. This is the imperfect paradigm in Tigrinya. We can see that it is pretty much the same as in Tigray, as in the gemination is simplified whenever a suffix is added. So isabbir, tisabbir, tisabri. This means to break, of course, sabbara, sabara. Okay. And this is the imperative and jussive paradigm. So yisper, tisper. They use the jussive only for the third and first person. They don't use it for the second person. For the second person, they only use the imperative instead. And this is the inflection of the converb or the gerund that I was talking about before. So as you can see, pretty much the same. It is kind of weird that it has no suffix in the first person singular, but that's the way it is. So sabir, I having broken something. And the frequentative or the type D that we said before. So you can see that it is more derivable in Tigrinya than it was in Tigray. So sabar to break, sababer to break often, sa'al to photograph, sa'al, and so on. You can even see some of the spiritization. So meskir to testify, mesechacher to testify often, or something like that. Any question? And well, I guess Amharic will be our topic of next week, and maybe we will talk a little bit about modern South Arabian as well. But I think that is it for today. Any question or remark or anything?
The word sabir, it's shabar in Hebrew, yeah?
Yes, of course. And khabara in Arabic, yeah.
How many languages that has this shift from Sheen to S except for Arabic?
I don't know if it's a shift, but all of the languages have S instead of Sheen, except for Northwest Semitic and modern South Arabian. If we exclude Akkadian, which we don't know about well enough, or a little bit hard to determine.
Okay. So it could be an opposite shifting from Sin to Sheen?
I don't know if it's a shift or just a dialectal feature or anything else. Like it kind of seems like Northwest Semitic and modern South Arabian have inherited this sh difference, and Arabic and Ethio-Semitic, like or North Arabian and Ethio-Semitic and Old South Arabian have not inherited this distinction. So I don't know if the problem was with them or just there was some kind of difference between what they had inherited. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Okay, so thank you very much, and I will see you next week.